Hello one and all, Tweaky is back. This is Underground Galaxy with your latest dose of Soccer Manager. Been a week since my last upload. Not much has happened really, that's why I've left it a week. Got a couple of messages from my Derby County team, so let's hop in to Derby County. Now, obviously, when I left you last, I was obviously in the process of making a couple of signings, just to show you quickly my tactics, just to show you how things have fit together. Thomas Hitzlsperger was the signing that I last made. He's currently partnering Zabaleta in the middle of midfield, and pretty much my first team is come together, with the only exception being Kagawa, who has got an injury in the last game. Now if I just click on Kagawa, just 2 minutes, here he is, Kagawa. Now if we just have a quick look at his selection, it'll tell you he's actually got a knee fracture, pretty bad injury actually, 4 weeks, he'll be back on the 13th of March, so a bit of a blow that, because he's he's a key player for me really, but I have still got 2 or 3 match winners in there, so I'm not too concerned. I was hoping that that obviously I'd be able to make a few more signings, before the cup, and I've not really managed to do so. I'm pretty thin on the ground with players, but really my aim is to try and get, number one, get this team promoted, get them in the top flight, and obviously cup runs are kind of secondary, so I'll be fielding a weakened side in the cup, I would have thought. A lot of people don't know this, but if your players are not 100% condition, then they will perform poorly. So I've got a few players here that are like 83, 86. These players are not going to perform. However, if I'm playing a side that's inferior, I may still pull it off, but ideally I'd like to be able to rotate some of these players out. So we'll see how things progress. I mean, I've got 2.7. I've got a few players that are now going on. I've offloaded 1 or 2 players, so hopefully we can push on and get 1 or 2 squad players in. 84, 85 rated players. As you can see, I'm selling Chris Porter, Ben Davis, David Martin, and Jake Buxton. All 4 of those are going. So I'll probably have about 4 million plus the 2.7 to play with, so about 7 million. I should be able to get 3 or 4, half decent players in with regards to cover. So fingers crossed there. Now let's just have a quick look at schedule. Now in my schedule, if you can see, I've got to buy in both the first rounds of the 2 cups. Now that will be absolutely perfect for me, because I've not got my side how I want it yet, and it means that I can concentrate on the league. So my next game is going to be on Wednesday night, which is tonight. It is Wednesday, I just had to think then. So Coventry City, let's preview the match, just so we can have a quick look at them. The 2 clubs, obviously I've been on a roll since my first game, but I'm still up there with a chance of getting promoted automatically. Bit of a poor form, Coventry, but it is a computer managed side, so obviously they're not going to have the players that I've got. If we have a look, my best players are 90 and 289s, their best 85 and 283, so I am superior. Let's not bother looking at previous meetings because we've not had any. So that's it. And then I've obviously got a tough away trip at Bolton, who are flying high at the moment. Let's quickly have a look at Division 2, which is the equivalent of the Championship. And you can see that I'm 3rd placed. QPR, Portsmouth, Burnley, Bolton at the other side. So I'm sandwiched between those 4 clubs. QPR flying high. Now I would suspect that QPR have got a manager. Yep, and QPR have got Liam Parker. Now 188. Now he's obviously been playing this game some time. Let's have a quick look at what players he's signed. Now he's not made too many signings. He's been quite, careful with his signings, to be honest with you. I mean, the most sort of high profile being probably the Thiago Motta, who's just gone to Paris Saint-Germain from Inter. So yeah, he's got a couple of players, but certainly he must have his his awareness with tactics, because he is pretty pretty high in experience. So obviously we'll have to have a look at what he does through the season, whether he makes any more signings or what. If you have a look at his side, he's just playing a simple 4-4-2, nothing different there tactically. Using Adel Taarabt as his target man. I don't know why he's playing the target man on the left wing, but obviously he's top of the league, so he's doing something right. So yeah, so that's that. With regards to my squad, let's just have a quick look at the squad and see if there's any sort of changes that I can make. I mean, obviously, well, that's the QPR squad, sorry. Let's look at my team. And then squad. And then if I just scroll down, obviously I've got Rolf Szczesny. I don't need a reserve keeper because keepers very rarely get injured. So I'm happy with Deeney as me cover. I've got a few decent centre backs. I've got Russell Anderson on the transfer list. Obviously I'm going to let him go because I'd like a couple of 84, 85 centre backs. Now age doesn't really matter because this side is primarily gonna get me promoted. Once I'm promoted, I'm hoping a bigger club's gonna come in and take me on as the manager. I'm gonna get a job offer somewhere, but I mean, that doesn't mean I don't want to get Derby into the Premier. I mean, that's really my number one sort of job target, so to speak. So I want a couple of centre backs, probably another winger or two, maybe another central midfielder. And then maybe one more striker, and then that should really be okay for me to play in the season. But we'll just wait for those players to go through, and I'll probably make some signings and show you them in another episode. Quickly, just look before I go. Just quickly look at my last fixture and show you how I did. So obviously that was the side I played out. Bet Cardiff City 2-0, and the obviously the big talking point was the goal scorers. To be honest, again, I don't really have to tell you who scored. You can see it for yourself. Great players, both of them. Couldn't speak highly enough about them. But like I said, they're in a low division, so they're gonna do probably better in this division anyway. But like I say, it's pretty straightforward. I won 2-0. I hammered them for possession. They did have more shots, but I managed more on target. I had slightly more corners, so I pretty much deserved the win. There's going to be times where I don't, and I'll quite honestly admit it. But there, on that occasion, I did deserve it. So that's that. Obviously, I'll do a Leeds United special maybe in the next fortnight. Things are busy at out of the world of Soccer Manager at the minute, so let's leave it at that. But just a quick note with regards to up and coming players. The young lad at Birmingham, Nathan Redmond. Anybody who rates him, I'd like some feedback on this. I think he's really good. But obviously, a lot of people on here are saying, yeah, but he might not make it, etc. But to be honest with you, at that age, 17, and he's regular pretty much in the first team of Birmingham City. He's been linked with big clubs. I've signed him, but let me know what you think about him. Good player, good prospect. Obviously only 75 rated. That is going to increase. It's going to go straight to 80 at least for his first change, and then who knows what could happen if he gets a big move to a big club like Oxlade-Chamberlain did. Who knows? He might get a move to somewhere like a Man U or Chelsea and and flourish. So we'll leave it at that. But I'll leave you on that talking point. But once again, thanks for listening, and see you in another episode. Thank you.